Hi, and welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I'm going to do something a little different. I don't typically do. I did get this idea from another YouTuber. It's not an original. Her name is Kenny JD, I believe. I'll double check it and put it in the description. But she does something called Bad Movie and a Beat on Saturdays. And she's really great at it, 10 times better than I could imagine ever being at it. But what I am wanting to do is review TV shows because I'm a huge TV fan, and some of them are good, some of them are not. A couple of them at the end are going to be movies. I'm not going to go into detail like she does, though. She goes into full-on detail about the movie from beginning to finish and how she felt about it, how it made her feel, and all this stuff. And she's really great at it. Please go subscribe to her. She's amazing. I am not monetized or sponsored by anybody or anything, so I can do and say what I want. So every product that I do use every day. I have faith in this product. I love this product. I believe in the products that I use. I know it's a little ghetto of a setup, but that's kind of where we are financially, working on that. And you might be like, well, how can you have all this makeup if you're broke? Well, I have a subscription box to BoxyCharm, and it is very affordable, and it has great products, full-size products, not samples. I love BoxyCharm. They're great. I pay full price for my subscription every month, and you should go get one because it's wonderful. Now, when I was in the shower, I just on my hair, I used Tresemme moisturizing shampoo and conditioner. I also used this by Shea Moisture. It's a purple rice water, and it's strength and color care mask. It conditions very well. I love it. And what else that it does is if you have any blonde in your hair, it makes it more blonde and not so yellow and brassy looking, which my natural color is brown with, like some reds in it. So it gets really brassy at times. I'll show you my hair in just a second because it's yet a different color again. I also, when I got out of the shower, I used this in my hair. I got it from BoxyCharm. It is amazing. It is a Label M Diamond Dust Leave-In Cream. We have an asterisk, so it's creme, but cream. Luxurious hair perfecting ingredients, including real diamond dust particles, transform hair's condition, and deliver intense radiance. And it's amazing. I love it. Then on my face, I first washed my face with this Elemis Superfood AHA Glow Cleansing Butter. I love it. It's great. It like melts the makeup off, and anything else, which I love. And then I used whipped greens, also got from BoxyCharm. And it is by Pharmacy, and it is an oil-free foaming cleanser with moringa. Don't know what that is, but okay. And papaya. And it is excellent and cleans very well. And I do use both of those because I use a lot of makeup. I put a lot of serums on my face because I have very dry skin, have big pores, yada, yada, yada. And then after that, I sprayed on this, also from BoxyCharm. It is Clean Skin Club. It's Pineapple Glow Mist, Hyaluronic Acid Peptides, and Antioxidants. And it's just a mist. You spray it on like a toner. And then after that, like I said, I have dry skin. I use this because I do have bags under my eyes. It is genetic and my own fault too, because I'm an insomniac. But with this, it's by Mud Masky, Moisture Boost, Vitamin Boost, Feeding, Nourishing, Firming. It's for reducing dark circles under your eyes. And you can wear it under your makeup or by itself. It's just clear, and you just put it on your hands. I put a few drops under my eyes and rub it in. And I like it. You can use it like 2-3 times a day if you want. Then I use this serum, again, another one from BoxyCharm a few months ago. And it is a Glow Recipe, or by Glow Recipe, Plump Hyaluronic Serum, Deep Hydration and Glow. Works really good, feels really nice, it's very conditioning. And then I use this one. I put all these on before because you probably didn't want me to see me put them on and let them dry and just sit here bored. So here's another one I use. It is by Skin Ink Supplement Bar, and it's my Daily Dose Serum Cocktail. I really like this one. As you can see, I've used a lot of it. Again, another one from BoxyCharm. I told you they're great. Like, you tell them you have dry skin, they send you all this stuff for your dry skin. And then, of course, I used a primer. It's a little gunky looking because I use it a lot. But it's by Hard Candy, which is another brand of makeup that I absolutely love. If I don't get makeup or skincare from BoxyCharm, I usually get Hard Candy because they are just gorgeous, lovely, wonderful. They don't break me out. They feel light on my skin, but they're very pigmented, and I love that. But this is a Sheer Envy Primer Illuminating, brightens dull skin. Has like little sparkles in it. See if you can see it. Maybe. But anyway, it sparkles, and I like it. And then on my lips, I put Hard Candy Plumping Serum. I know, it looks a little gunky too because I use it all the time. With Carmex, just regular Carmex on top because I live in northern Missouri where it's windy and cold and my lips get chapped and it's gross. So yeah, alright. Now, on to concealer because my skin is icky. And on to the first TV show. Now, my favorite TV show, I have watched this one since the day it aired. Oh, I'm going to use a smaller mirror for up close, but I will tell you what I'm doing. I'm using Instant Renewal by Maybelline. This is the only non-hard candy or not from BoxyCharm item that I have just because it's really good. But it's Instant Age Rewind Eraser Multi-Use Concealer. I love it. It's good. I can't remember what shade this is, and the thingy came off. But yeah. Anyway. Take my mirror off. Anyway. It's broken anyway. Thank you, son. Use this one. Okay. Back on track. This show that I've watched since it aired, since day one. I love it. It's called American Horror Story. It's gotten different over the years. I won't say bad because I do like it, but it's gotten different. And I mean, I like the new people that have come on, like, you know, like Finn Ritwalk. He's been on since season 4, and he's great and everything. And of course, cannot forget the wonderful Evan Peters. I love you, marry me. No, wait, I'm already married. But I love you, Evan Peters. You are great and grand, and you do everything wonderfully. And the bitch who plays Madison Montgomery, I can't think of her name, but she should appreciate you more. Anyway, Finn Ritwalk is the main character, or the main actor in this season. He is playing a struggling writer, screenwriter, and has some projects he has to get done on a deadline. And he's struggling to get it done. His wife's pregnant. Their daughter's like this amazing violinist. And the wife is pregnant and she's a decorator. And they have to decorate this house in a certain amount of time. That kind of really doesn't matter because it kind of falls off as of this point. And there's this pill that people are taking, and he's offered some, and he takes it. And if you are great, then you will get even greater. You have more ideas and just pow, get your shit done. Like, And if you're just kind of mediocre, then it turns you into a blood-sucking vampire who kind of looks like the old school Nosferatu. Yeah, weird. And it's by a chemist. So far, we don't know, but it hasn't given any hint that it's a magical type of thing or demonic or anything like that. Just so far, chemistry. Adderall. Actually, one of the actress who plays the chemist said she took Adderall in college for a short amount of time, and she said this pill kind of reminds her of that, which I had my party days as well. Won't lie or deny, but I took Adderall before, and I've taken Vyvanse, and yeah, they make you geek balls if you don't have ADHD, and they do make you focus. and pay attention. I did notice that as a senior in high school when I would take them to stay awake through class because I was bored and like to sleep. But anyway, get my nasty ass pimples. Okay. And then his little girl gets a hold of one and takes one because there's this really hard violin thing that she just cannot fucking get. And she takes one to get it. I don't agree with that. Not at all. Because if you are a parent and you do drugs, you should never do drugs around your children. That's disgusting and you are a shitty person. But if you choose to have them in your home with children, which you should not do, then you keep them put up. Hello. Fucking druggie 101. I used to be a druggie, hardcore. So I know. You keep your shit put the fuck up. Because, one, you don't want anyone finding it who's not supposed to find it, aka parents, landlord, cops, friends who may not know that you do what you do. So you do what you do what you do. It's up to you. It's your life. Live it how you want. But you put your shit up. And even if you have just animals, not even kids, but just animals, pets, you put the shit up. Because, you know, pets knock shit over. They get into shit. It happens. You put your shit up. You're not just going to let your kid or anyone's kid just get into your shit. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. We keep Tylenol, vitamins, toothpaste put up high so children can't get into it. And you're going to leave these experimental vampire pills that you know are going to turn you into a bloodsucker because you're already told. And you're going to leave them where your child can get a hold of them. Here's your reward for the worst parent of the fucking century, dumbass. So anyway, his dumbass leaves him out and his kid gets a hold of it. She takes one, starts taking them, and like once you stop taking them, the creativeness stops. Like you can't be great anymore. So what they usually do, so far all we know is of a playwright and a author of books. They go out to Provincetown for 3 months every year and, you know, make their great shit and then come back and make paychecks off it for the rest of the year so they don't have to take the pills 24/7 and drink. I don't know about the drinking blood. I think that does stay with them though. But I'm sure there's going to be some side effects. I'm sure something's going to fuck up with the wife. There's a crackhead who can paint. Macaulay Culkin's in it. He's good. He's like a hoe. A man hoe. And he's crazy. He hooks up with this other bitch and I think they sign their death warrants. We're confronting the chemist to be like, yo, I could be your pipeline with this shit to Hollywood. Crazy. Just go watch it. It's too much for me to explain. And the seasons are non-canonical. Like, not every season connects. And actually, if you want to watch all the seasons completely mixed up, you can, and it'll still make sense. The only thing that will not make sense there are some crossover seasons with the Coven. So I would watch Coven at least either third or even first, and then go from there because it'll make a whole lot more sense. But it is a good show. I love it. Some seasons are better than others. I hate season 6 Roanoke, and I hate season, I want to say 8 or 7. It's Cult. I hate it. It's stupid. I know they all worked hard, and I appreciate that, but not my jam, man. And another show. It is called Brand New Cherry Flavor on Netflix. It's on Netflix, but it's called Brand New Cherry Flavor. That's the title. Yes, fucking weird, but great show. It's super duper fucking weird. And if you're into things like Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, not so much Harry Potter because it's not kiddie, witchcraft kind of stuff, demons, just weird shit. Like, as my husband always says, he'll turn to me like, babe, you watch some weird fucking shit. So if you are one of those people, you will like this show. It is really good. and you should give it a try, especially if you have Netflix. I turned it on, and me and my husband watched it, and we watched it in one night. Like, we binge watched the whole thing. We stayed up the whole night watching it, just laying in bed like, oh my god, this shit's so crazy. What's gonna happen next? What's gonna happen next? And it's just really great. I'm really excited for season 2. I don't know how they're gonna continue it, but I'm excited for it. The new Rick and Morty. If you are a stoner or ex-stoner, watch yourself some Rick and Morty if you haven't already. It will be one of the highlights of your life. It'll be like you discovering South Park when it was still great. It is amazing. I love me some Rick and Morty. Pickle Rick! My kids say Pickle Rick, and I did not want my kids watching Rick and Morty, obviously. So, obviously, I did not want my children watching Rick and Morty. But unfortunately, they did. And while it's not always kid-friendly, rarely is it, I do let them watch it because, heck, I watched South Park when I was little, and it was very unkid-friendly. And kids should know how to retort back when they are in school and other kids make fun of them. Because I was one who didn't. And it sucked. But there are some episodes I don't let them watch. And we watch it on the Adult Swim network thingy. So it is edited. The cursing and stuff is edited. And like I said, there are some episodes I don't let them watch because they're too adult. The happier ones, like the one with the dog. And then, of course, there are times I do make them close their eyes. And they know not to say bad words. And they're a little bit young, so they don't really get a whole lot of it right now, which is fine. I'm sure when they're older, they'll be like, Mom, why did you ever let me watch this? Oh my gosh. It is nuts. But I watched South Park when I was little, and at times that could be pretty damn bad. No, I don't have COVID. I have allergies. Thank you. And my eyelash is really messing with me. But Rick and Morty is hilarious. It is funny. It cracks me up. And it's great. And then there's this new show that I started watching, and I binge watched it too. And it is called Dirty John on Netflix. And the first season's pretty good. It's about this scandalous sus dude, which halfway through it I could tell you, hello, get rid of this fucktard. But anyway, like most women, she didn't listen. But anyway, the second season is what I want to talk about. This chick, Betty Broderick. I guess it happened in the 90s. I was born in 88, so I don't really remember it at all. But I guess it was all over TV. You want to see how a dude can turn a bitch psycho? Go watch that. Season 2. Because, oh my god, I don't know how in the hell she waited so long to kill this motherfucker. I'd have done killed his ass and burnt his fucking house down with him and his bitch living in it long before she did. Hell no, I wouldn't have taken years, and hell no, I wouldn't have left 500 fucking messages on his fucking answering machine. Dude, you gonna be with me for 16 years and you gonna boot me out and bring another bitch in? And I done sacrificed and worked for you and miscarried one of our children for you. And then, so this dude is married to this chick for like 17 years. Kicks her out, brings another bitch in who was his secretary, and then goes to like try to take kids from her and everything. She goes off the deep end, calls the dude and his chick like 500 times, leaving voicemail after voicemail after voicemail, which of course he records and transcribes them up or whatever. And they spend years in court. She was with this dude as a housewife, cooking his meals, taking care of his laundry, taking care of his kids, taking care of his house, doing everything that she needed to do as a housewife, like, you know, the quote unquote housewife. And fucking they divorce. She has no job because she hasn't worked in, 16 years, because beginning of the relationship, she took care of him. So she was his housewife, right? So technically she didn't make any income, but she was doing her job. And, you know, I'm sure her wifely duties at night, I don't know, I wasn't there, but whatever. She's awarded something like $8,000 or $16,000 or some shit like that. Some bullshit figure when he has millions, okay, maybe not millions, but at least thousands upon thousands of dollars. And it's just like, it crushes her because she spent all that time doing her job at the house while he wasn't doing his job. He was off cheating on her. So, what in the F? It's ridiculous. And so she, at one night, she gets fed up with it. She's had enough. She goes over to his house, apparently just to talk. She breaks in, goes upstairs with a gun, shoots him and his chick, and then kind of like turns herself in and goes a little nuts, which I understand. But, this bitch wouldn't have turned herself in. Hell no. I wouldn't have shot him neither. I'd have burnt the house down, made it look like an accident long before all that shit happened. And then, guess who gets the life insurance? But, no, he did her dirty. I mean, dirty. So, you want to know how a dude can make a bitch go psycho? That's how. She should be free. She should be innocent. And she should get a lot more than just $16,000. Their home that they had to sell was worth more than that. And then she moves into, okay, he talks her into buying this house, right? Before they divorce. And he will pay for all this stuff. It needs redone. It's at a cul-de-sac, blah, blah, blah. Her and her kids go to, move all their stuff in because he's working, of course. And she opens the front door, and there are rats. Rats. Not little bitty mice. Fucking rats. Everywhere. She calls up Dan, freaking the fuck out like any rational woman would have done. And he wants to pop off with, Betty, you are a grown woman with 15 credit cards. Can you not get a room at a hotel and hire an exterminator? Like, yes, bitch, I can. I'm not stupid, motherfucker. But the thing is, you're my husband, and I'm freaked out by a million fucking rats being in our brand new house, dumbass. Like, he was a dick. Like, I'd have flipped the fuck out right then and there. Like, he's an asshole. Oh, and it sucks because fucking, what's his name? Christian Slater is who plays Dan. God, that poor man, he went downhill. Like, you look at him in Broken Arrow, and I know years and years, 20 some odd years, 30 years apart, whatever. You look at him in Broken Arrow, and you look at him now. But he plays a good Dan Broderick. Crazy, though. Nuts. Another show I want to talk about that is actually pretty good is kind of good just because I had the nostalgia for the original. But it's a show called He's All That. But it's a movie called He's All That, and it is on Netflix. This powder that I am using, it is called Flower. It's by Beauty Bakery, and it's a setting powder, and what I'm doing is called baking under my eyes, so that way when I go to put on my eyeshadow, any fallout that I have, because I like purple, it will land on the setting powder, and I'll be able to swipe it off, and it won't get on my face and make dark circles under my eyes, because that sucks. Back to the movie He's All That. It has the kid who plays Robbie from Cobra Kai. He's a good actor. I think his name's Tanner Buchanan, and I think she's a TikToker or something. Addison Rae. Not in her fan group. Well, she's alright, but I'm not in her demographic because I'm not a child. But she's in it, and it took me just not too long, but it took me a minute to realize that this was a homage to the late 90s movie, early 2000s movie called She's All That, which was actually really good, I thought. I was young enough to where I liked it. I didn't catch the misogyny that was in it. I do now, but I didn't then. And, I just watched it because it was good. And I thought Freddie Prinze Jr. was cute. And so yeah, I liked it. I thought it had a decent message, you know, like I'm not like every girl is actually like every girl. And I actually kind of like that because it's the truth. Us not like every girls are just like every girl deep down. We want a hot dude to take us somewhere where we look hot. Who would have thought? Anyway, because, you know, we're shallow ass teenagers. But I really liked She's All That. I thought it was a good movie for, you know, run of the mill rom-com. And then He's All That comes out with Tanner Buchanan and Addison Rae, and it's good. I like the twist, you know, it's okay. They make Tanner Buchanan kind of like an unlikable dick though from the get. And oh my god, there's this one scene. This bitch Addison Rae is throwing a handful of horse dew at Tanner Buchanan, and it hits him right in the mouth. Ugh! One of the two of us would not be leaving that fucking barn. I tell you that much, if that was me in that situation. But it took me way too fucking long to realize that the mom in the movie is the chick from She's All That. And we find out in the beginning of the movie that the mom is divorced from the dad and works her ass off as a nurse to keep the kids in a good school system. And the Addison Rae chick is like all fake and shit, pretending to be rich when she's not. She's just a basic bitch like the rest of us. And so the mom, who works her butt off, you know, for her kids and stuff, she ends up, hold on, my lips are being dry. She ends up telling us at the beginning of the movie that she is divorced from her husband, who I'm guessing is the Freddie Prinze Jr. guy, which sucks. And that, so it didn't work out for him anyway. But, I mean, they really had nothing in common if you think about it. But, anyway, it was okay for, you know, a rom-com, again, mediocre. I really do like Tanner Buchanan. I think he is great, but to me, he will always and forever be Robbie from Cobra Kai, because he is just great in that. And if you have not watched Cobra Kai, and you are a fan of the Karate Kid movies, or even the new Karate Kid, not the one with Jackie Chan and Will Smith's son, the old school ones with Ralph Macchio and Billy Zappa. God, he's cute. Anyway, watch Cobra Kai. It's amazing. It brought something new to my life that I didn't even know I needed. It's great. And actually, my son likes it a lot, so I'm thinking about getting him in karate, but I don't know. He's also really strong and ornery, so that could be a bad combination. I can see that going bad quick. Yes, ma'am. But anyway, at the end, there was a part where I was just like, total, cute. My heart would have melted if it was me. They like this horses, and so like at the end, he rides up on a horse to like ask her out, and it's just like the cutest thing ever. And they play like a remix kind of a version of Kiss Me beneath the melting twilight, lead me out on the moonlit floors of Chopin, strike up the band and make the spotlight dance, silver moon sparkling, so kiss me. That song. But they do like a remix of it, and it's so good. I love it. And then also Matthew Lillard is in it, who was also in She's All That. But in this, he's a principal, and I don't think he's the same character. But he does do his fucking little dance. It's great. It's great. They do some weird dancing in this movie, and it's like really addy, like, you know, kind of a giant ad for different things. But the dance off at the prom. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I know white people, we cannot dance. But we can dance better than that. And who the fuck has a dance-off anymore? Last prom I went to was in 2006. And granted, I didn't stay long. I held it out of there and went and watched Hostel with my boyfriend at home. But it was fun for, you know, the minute I was there. But there was no motherfucking dance off. The year before, in 2005, my junior prom, I went. It was fun. I stayed the whole fucking time. I went by myself because fuck everybody else. I did my own thing and went by myself and went the whole day. Or, well, I went with a girlfriend. I wasn't, like, gay or anything like that. She was just a year younger and couldn't go unless she went with a junior or a senior. And I didn't have a dude, so I had her go with me and had a great time. We went to after prom. It was casino themed. We didn't have no motherfucking dance off, and we were stupid ass country kids. Who would have done something white and cheesy like that? You know? I mean, my school in class was small. 38 kids graduating class 2006. Woo, woo. And we were cheesy ass white kids, and even we didn't do a goddamn dance off. And it was so stupid. I'm like, is that how y'all dance today? What the hell is wrong with you? Maybe it's me. I don't know. Okay, so enough on He's All That and Cobra Kai. Now this one. I watched a movie recently. Oh, for my eyes, I'm going to start with the color Majesty on the Queen, a Queen of Lies, and all of us Eloise. I think that's how I pronounce it. Palette. I love it. My son broke the mirror. Thank you, son. He's a boy. What can you expect? But anyway, this movie, I might mix Majesty and Throne. This purple with this blue because it's pretty. But it's a movie that I watched when I was little. And, you know, a lot of the racistness and stereotyping and not good stuff that was in it went over my head because I loved it. But that movie is Forrest Gump. Now, don't get me wrong, Tom Hanks portrays a mentally handicapped person and physically handicapped person very well, even though he wasn't one. I think he did the role justice. I think he did a very good job of it. And I think the movie was well done, honestly. I have an aunt and an uncle who are both mentally handicapped. And not saying that this could be them, but I wasn't offended by anything that he did. And I was rooting for Forrest when the leg braces broke off. Hell yeah. And of course, my name's Jenny. And even though it's spelled different my whole life, I've had, I love you, Jenny. Run, Forrest, run. It's whatever. But anyway, I actually liked the movie, like, a lot. I really did. And then watching it as an adult, Jenny was a hoe. Like, I'm sorry, that kid is not Forrest. Okay, here's what happened. My take on what happened. Okay, so if you remember, one of the last guys she's with has dark hair and a mustache. And he's a heroin user, right? Well, he looks a lot like a fat version of that dude that she was fucking with in Barkley, who slapped the shit out of her at a Black Panther party. Who, if dude at Barkley and in Black Panthers, he's obviously a smart dude, maybe not common sense smart, but at least book smart, and Little Forrest is apparently smart. So, here's some ice on it. Assumption, whatever. Okay. She fucked dude from Berkeley, was pregnant by him, figured it out early, was like, oh shit, what am I gonna do? Goes to Forrest, fucks Forrest, and was like, okay, he'll take care of me. Freaks out in the morning and like, oh shit, I can't be tied down. What the fuck? Goes to New York, has her baby, you know, calms her shit down, like way down, but maybe she's still partying. Contracts HIV from a dirty needle. Or maybe she just fucked a dude and didn't use a condom. Who knows? Whatever. Got HIV because I'm pretty sure that's what she got. And then goes back and finds Forrest. I guess he kind of finds her, or she finds him, whatever. And then thinks, I'm gonna die. So I need my son taken care of. Forrest loves me, so if I tell him this is his son, he'll take care of him, and then they'll never be, neither one of them will ever be alone. Forrest won't be alone because, you know, his mom is already gone. I'll be gone. Captain Dan has a new life with his wife. I don't want my bestest friend to be alone, so I'll just tell him this kid is his, and he'll believe me, and he'll take care of him. I already named him Forrest after my best friend. I just tell him it's after, you know, I named him after his daddy, and he'll believe me. How can he not? She gonna think, he ain't gonna think to get a DNA test done. Nah, he'll believe me. I just gotta tell him, he'll believe me. Like, you bitch. Like, okay, as a mother, I can understand slightly. I'm not saying it's right, but as a mother, wanting to make sure your child is looked after and cared for by the best possible person, and if the real father is a heroin addict, then yes, obviously Forrest is a better father. But don't lie to the dude and tell him he's the father when he's not. Like, be honest. He loved Jenny, and he was her bestest friend ever, and she was his bestest friend ever, and fucking Forrest would have taken care of that kid even if it wasn't his, which I really highly doubt it was his. And because he was Jenny's son, he would have taken care of him, you know. And I get marrying him and all that stuff, you know, and trying to, I guess, unfriend zone a friend for so long. I don't know. I ain't been in that situation. I ain't never planned on being in that situation. That's a fucked up situation all around. And I feel bad for that poor little kid, and I hope he didn't get AIDS from his mom. But yeah. Like, bitch, you ain't fooling nobody, you hoe. And then poor Forrest, you know, by the time he gets to it, it's like probably like throwing a hot dog down a hallway. She done been with every Tom, Dick, and Harry from here to from New York to California, literally. She done rode every dick there is to be ridden along the way. Poor Forrest. He can't even get it good. He can't even get it when it's still good. Oh, Lord help me. I'm going to hell. Anyway. Yeah, that's my thoughts on, oh, I have more thoughts, though, on Forrest Gump. You know, just saying. Because I've recently gotten into fan fiction, which is amazing. Archive of Our Own is pretty good. I don't like childish fan fiction or, like, smut. But I don't mind some adult situations. And it's amazing. Like, there's so many, like, different ones. Like, it's gonna sound stupid, I know. But if you experience it and you like reading, I love it. Some of them are really adult and really well written, and I think should be books. But there's some that are like Harry Potter that are like, holy shit, I never thought of that situation happening. Like, holy dang. Like, one I'm reading right now, it's kind of stupid, but I love it. Grindelwald's Gremlins, and it's kind of a crossover between Harry Potter and Gremlins. And it's like, you know, he found gremlins back in the day, and it's a big thing. But anyway, it's well written by an adult, and it's good, and I love it. And it's fan fiction, and it just, you know, gets your mind working. But I was reading some fan fiction, and sometimes when I watch stuff, fan fiction ideas run through my mind, and one I had, and it's fucked up, but it is Forrest Gump's mom, you know, was alone all those years, and his dad was on vacation. His mom were in a boarding house and had all these rooms, and she decided to let those rooms out. And she had all these people staying there, and dudes staying there, Elvis Presley staying there. I got to thinking, maybe Miss Gump was a hoe. Like, she ran a brothel. Like, she may not have had girls come in. Maybe she was the only female working, because damn, maybe she needed that coin, but she fucked the dude, her son's principal, so that he could stay in regular school and not have to be in special education. And, I mean, that's a mother's determination, goddamn, bitch, but, you know, if she's willing to fuck a principal over 4 measly points, what else is she willing to do for that dollar bill, yeah? Cause she got a whole ass boarding house. You know that shit ain't cheap. She got a son she have to look after. She got a housekeeper she gotta pay. You know, she got dresses and shit and big ass hats to buy. And Forrest needs fucking braces on his legs when he's a kid. That can't be cheap. That can't be cheap at all. And there ain't no dad in the picture whatsoever, like at all. Like his dad, all we know is he's on vacation. And vacation is where you go someplace and you don't ever come back. Sorry, I know that movie too well. And yeah, so there's no help from him. And you know, honestly, her name's Mrs. Gump. So maybe, you know, there's obviously not a Mr. Gump, and Forrest's dad is obviously not in the picture. So maybe she don't even know who Forrest's dad is because she was banging people staying at her house. Because she had this big ass house. Maybe she had it like a bordello type style, or like, you know, maybe girls in every room. Who the fuck knows? You know, before Forrest was born. And she could have been a hoe and inherited the house from her mother, who was a hoe, and they just kept it in the family or whatever, you know, kept making the daughter toes or whatever in this house and sleeping with all these dudes, and that's how they made their money. And then their daughters get pregnant by these dudes and they don't know who the daddy is, so, you know, they just raise them on their own. Because what else are they going to do? And so then the mama died, maybe other girls went off and got married, blah, blah, blah. And it just kind of ran down to where, you know, it became just a fucking bed and breakfast. And then if you want it on the side and you knew how to ask or whatever, or there was a light switch that you flipped and you want, I don't know how it would have worked, but damn. But maybe, I mean, we don't know. They don't show us, you know, Mrs. Gump before Forrest is born. I mean, so we don't know. And it's just fucked up because I've been reading fan fiction, and so that kind of stuff will go through my brain. I know, it is so messed up. I'm using the shade Crown now. But yeah, it's messed up. Like, shit like that goes through my brain, and I'm like, sitting here thinking, watching Forrest Gump, thinking Mrs. Gump could have been like a masterminded hoe, and could have been running a brothel, and Jenny, that hoe, she could have found a diary of Mrs. Gump's and decided to do the same thing if she didn't have AIDS, or that's how she got AIDS. I don't know, fuck. Maybe Jenny worked for Mrs. Gump as a teenager, who knows? I could even put that plot twist in there, or like, I don't know. Like, that kind of shit just pops in my brain, and then that's what I'm stuck with thinking of. And I'm thinking of writing that story because I really do like that one now that I go back and think about it. I know, it's messed up, but Archive of Our Own, it is good. There's not just sick fucks like me on it. There's actual normal people who write really good what I would consider literature, at least, because, you know, get your mind thinking. And I mean, don't get me wrong, there is some just porn, written porn on there, which is ridiculous and stupid. But, you know, you're gonna have that kind of shit. And there's some that, you know, you can obviously tell is written by a child trying to be slick, and they're not. And it's gross. And, yeah. So, I mean, do watch out, but it's better than WordPad. WordBand's better. It has, like, it'll save your history. You can bookmark it. You can, like, you know, particular authors. I'm now switching to my brow pen thingy. I can find it. Yes, this is my nail bag. It's janky as F. But that is, yeah, that's kind of stuff I'm stuck thinking about. But I really do like that twist. I mean, we just don't know. We don't know Forrest's mom before Forrest was around. We don't know. So try to make me wrong. Try to prove me wrong. That would be great. I would love that. That would be totally amazeballs, and I don't have my brow pin. That really sucks, but oh well, we'll live. Anyway, I like fanfiction. Okay, so I went on ahead and put some silver on the insides of my eyes, and I just use a regular gel liner. Now I'm going to use black liquid liner to finish my eyelid, and yeah, some more fanfiction. I started getting into fanfiction because the final season of Game of Thrones was utterly devastating. And no insensitivity to women that this has physically in real life happened to. No dissing, no trying to make fun of it at all. But my soul feels raped by the ending of Game of Thrones. Even still, 2.5 years later, I'm still bitching about it, obviously. Like, I don't bitch about something this long unless it's deeply soul affecting me. 10 years. 10 years. I started this show, that Game of Thrones show. I first started watching it. I had friends that I don't have anymore. It was before I was even married. It was before I even met my husband. It was before I had kids. It seems like a lifetime ago. But yeah, my soul feels like it has a big gaping hole. And no. So I started reading fan fiction to maybe get, some different ways it could have ended, because I'm not smart enough to end that shit. Hold on. It's delicate. Oh, use whatever liquid eyeliner you're comfortable with. There's different kinds. And I particularly am using Microfine by Naked Makeup. It's generic. I don't particularly like it, but my other kind is upstairs. And I don't want to go all the way up there and get it. It's from NYC. It is a good brand. This one is not. This one sucks dick. But, Yazzers. And, so, I started reading this one where Lyanna Stark actually lived, and I think it's called My Father's Son or something like that. But Lyanna Stark lived. She marries Rhaegar, who is still married to Elia, and takes up the old school Targaryen habit of having 2 wives. Elia Martell and Lyanna Stark, and they get along. That's how my headcanon would have worked too. Hello, she's from Dorne. They kinky in Dorne. She wouldn't have cared. Anyway, not that point. But anyway, where's I going with that? They all good, and Rhaegar is about to fight asshole Robert Baratheon, because he's about to fight asshole Robert Baratheon, and yeah, it hasn't gotten to that part yet, but they're trying to what's that shit called, dethrone his father, the Mad King Aerys, but peacefully. Like, he doesn't want to kill his father or have his father murdered or anything like that. So I say, at least yay to you on that, Rhaegar. But Lyanna and Elia are trying to help him to where it all comes out peacefully, and the less blood is shed and all this, and what's best for Westeros and that kind of shit. And I'm excited. I think it's good so far. I don't think it will last. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. Who the fuck knows? But yeah, Jon Snow's not even born yet, and yeah, but I do like it. I like that fan fiction. And I like really, what I like a lot are the Harry Potter fan fictions. And I know that sounds childish and dumb, but there is so much that you can go with on the magical land of Harry Potter. It's unreal. Think about it. And this is funny, and it goes back to kind of that you could only get it in a fan fiction kind of thing. But okay, like think of what kind of teenage mishaps that Madame Pomfrey would have had to deal with. Like you're telling me she never had to deal with some boy using Engorgio on himself and couldn't reverse it, or a girl using Engorgio on herself, on her chestises, and having to deal with it. And you're not gonna get that in like an official canon book, you know. And I know it's kind of stupid, but it gives you something to kind of think about, and I like it. I think it's funny reading that kind of stuff. Or like, you know, if you're like me and catch the fucking drift, you know that Ron and Hermione are not gonna last. That's kind of like just bonding through trauma because you suffered the same trauma together. Which is never a reason to stay together. It's a reason to be a friend, an acquaintance, but never to stay together. And yeah, oh, sorry, yes, I'm using glitter goals, NYX professional makeup, liquid eyeliner. And anyway, some of that's really fun. Like, you know, you get to see like Harry as an adult, married to Ginny, sometimes not married to Ginny, which is fine by me because I hated having my name be Ginny, Ginny. And on top of that, being a fan of Harry Potter, because believe me, no one was as shocked as I was that they got married at the end, because what in the double fuck, what? No. Harry Potter is the chosen one. He just kicked the biggest, darkest Lord's ass, Lord Voldemort. He would have had his big dick summer for 10 years. Come on now. He wouldn't have settled down and married Ginny. Come on. He would have went and had a big dick summer. But anyway, I digress. Yeah. I think Ginny gave him a love potion, to be for real. Oh, for real, for real. I think she did. Because she was kind of scandalous. A little bit of a scandy hoe. And if you remember correctly, if you are an obsessive, compulsive, neurotic, psychotic fan, such as me, especially with Harry Potter, I love everything Harry Potter. I'm gonna go to fucking Harry Potter Land in Universal Studios and geek the fuck out with the robe and the scarf and glasses. I want to get a wand. Do it big. But yeah. If you remember correctly, Molly Weasley is telling the kids, I forget which kids in particular, but I believe it's Harry, and I know Ginny for sure is there, and maybe Hermione, and maybe Fred and George. But she tells them that she drugged Arthur Weasley with Amortentia love spell just a little bit in some cupcakes and cookies she makes him in like their second or third year or whatever, just so that, you know, he'll take notice of her. And boy howdy did he. It worked. And so, you know, all Hermione, who's the smartest fucking person in the wizarding world, and Ginny, who's pretty goddamn cunning for a female written, pretty good anyway, but she's kind of a underhanded in things, and proved that she could be ruthless when need be. So what's to say, you know, I think it's the 5th movie, she hands him a cookie or something like that. She hands him a cookie in some year, some kind of food, and I can almost guarantee you it's laced with Amortentia, the love potion. And yeah, she drugged his ass. I'm pretty sure. And then she probably figured out, oh wait, he kills Lord Voldemort. He has a big dick summer. He's gonna forget all about me. Oh no. I need to lock that dick down. So what she do? Give him more love potion. And more shit. Or well, baked goods, I guess. Whatever. And fucking locks it down for life. And then he may not even realize it, and she just keeps dosing him with love potion, like just a little bit every day, so he stays in love with her. And then like after like 10, 15, 20 years, she just doesn't need to do it no more, because you know what would have been his big dick summer is long over. He never had it, and he's stuck with you with 3 kids. So, and you make him pretty much happy. So, yay. Jenny is a rapist. Oh Lord, I'm going to hell. Anyway, of course, the creature I feel sorriest for in all of Harry Potter is Dobby. Who the fuck doesn't? The little dude. What I really hated in Harry Potter actually was their fucking dragons. Their dragons suck balls. Like, they were not good at all. Like, come on, Game of Thrones, an HBO fucking television show, can do CGI cute ass little baby dragons and badass gnarly looking adult eat your ass dragons. And fucking Harry Potter by movie 4 could not get a decent fucking dragon to save its life. And then when they go to Bellatrix Lestrange's shit and get stuck down there in the bottom of Gringotts or whatever, and have to ride a dragon out, it's all white like an albino. Like, suck a dick. That's some bullshit cop out shit if I ever seen it in my life. And you know, they so fucking wasted so much potential in fucking year 4. That book, the Triwizard Tournament, they wasted so much potential. And you know, that also brings me back around to fanfiction. Like, there's so much potential with the lake itself. How many, you know, is there a colony of mer people down there? Is there more than one? Do they speak to each other? Are there feuds? Holy shit, the octopus itself, she never explains the fucking octopus. So like, you could go on a fanfiction about that. And it's just really cool, and I'm lame for talking about it so much, but okay. Pretty much done with my look. I'm not really doing shit today, but it's a look, because I like purple. I think purple looks cute on me, so I wear it. Anyway, so, yeah, this shirt, if you watch any of my other videos, you would probably remember this shirt from some of my other videos, especially dyeing my hair videos. That's actually a tip I learned from my Aunt Connie, who's wonderful, because you can learn things from your elders. But a long time ago, when I was 13, 14, we were going to dye my hair strawberry blonde, because we were just, you know, alternative like that. And well, anyway, I'm gonna dye my hair strawberry blonde, and so we went to Walmart and got everything for it. And she told me very good advice, that when you are dyeing your hair and you want to wear obviously something, a shirt that you know you're not like in love with, because it's going to get fucked up most likely. And oh, I'm putting more eyeliner on my bottom lid, a black gel liner. I can find it. But yeah, you want to put on a shirt that you know is kind of crappy, and preferably one that buttons down or up, however you want to go with it. But it buttons all the way up and down, so that way, especially when you're doing your hair or your makeup, you don't have to take it up over your face. And at 13, I can't remember if I was 13, 14, or 15, I was around there, is around the time I started, you know, wearing makeup and really liking makeup and getting into makeup and hair and stuff like that, and becoming girly and whatever. And at that age, that little snippet of information like blew my effing mind. And like I said, I was like 13. I believe I'm 33 now, so literally 20 years ago, for 20 years, I have been using button-up shirts as my hair shirts. I do wash it. It just, you know, gets bleach on it and dye, so it looks like crap. But that's what it's for. It's a shitty shirt that I never wore to begin with. It would go to Goodwill if it wasn't so fucked up. But it's a good shirt. I mean, it's solid, buttons up all the way. It's nice and thick and heavy, so it does keep me warm in the winter months when it is cold and I'm doing my hair. And like I said, it's thick, so if it gets wet, that's fine. And I really like it as a shirt. But it's ugly. UGLY ugly. Okay, I'm just using the setting powder to set my look. I'm about to use blush on my face. Kind of forgot what I was talking about. But yeah, there's just a lot you can do, and it expands your mind and gives you something new to think about, which is what I think reading is all about. Some of my favorite book series are Darren Shan, The Vampire's Assistant. There's like, and Cirque du Freak, Vampire's Assistant. There's like 15 books in that whole series, which sounds like a lot, but they're thin books, and they're very good. And if you liked the movie Vampire's Assistant at all, then you'll like the books. The books are even 10 times better. The movie, like, literally takes like 150 years and combines it down into 2 hours, which is some bullshit. Ow. So, yeah. Oh, yeah, I was talking about my shirt. Anyway, always use a button-down shirt so that way you don't have to mess up your hair or your makeup. I need some blush because I'm pale. And like I said, Harry Potter books are great. The Cirque du Freak books are great. Game of Thrones books are great. But if you're gonna read the Game of Thrones books, make sure you got a few hours per chapter because they're long, they're descriptive, they're a little bit boring, and sometimes you gotta read them again to really realize what the fuck happened. What I vote you do, watch the show, which, okay, yes, the show and the books are different, but the first 4 seasons are about the same. And if you watch the first season and then read the first book, it'll make more sense, or at least it did for me. And it'll help you pronounce some of the names better.
I heard that. So nice.
I'm using Hard Candy lipstick. In color Victorious. It's beautiful. I might pair it with something else because I'm just unique like that. If I can hear my stepdad in the background.
No.
Anything to drive me crazy. Thoroughly enjoys him. So, yay. But that's okay. He's adorable. So we tolerate it. Honestly, he tolerates me, I think, most of the time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
He's good at cooking. He can cook like a mofo.
Okay.
Yep. Carefully. But yeah, that's my thoughts on the day. Oh, my hair. Let's see this. So I went to do it emerald, right? And wintergreen. Where the blonde was where the wintergreen was supposed to be like in streaks. And you can kind of see that at the ends it's wintergreen, but up here it's blonde. I don't know what the fuck happened. I don't know if my hair just didn't take there because it's been fucked with so much and it has nothing, the dye may have nothing to grip onto, so I'll have to use some protein filler when I do go to fix it yet again. But I am thinking of going over the blonde spots with a yellow because I did do that before and I wanted to make it look like streaks because it's streaky and I want it to not look like shit. I want it to look like streaks on purpose. So, tell me what you think of yellow. Leave your comments in the section below. Have a great day and be beautiful.